I ran away from heartbreak. Got nothing in return for my pain. I never thought I'd be so empty, so alone and afraid.
I'm pretty sure I lost my keys already. Crap. Where did I put it? Ah, I found them. I feel like this is gonna happen a lot in the next 12 hours. Good morning, everybody. It is finally the day. I'm heading to Iowa. Let me start my car real quick. Just got gas. It is now 6:12. I have to make one more stop before we actually start driving. I'm going to Starbucks. I woke up at like 4, but I really could not sleep. I feel like I haven't been getting a good night's sleep the past couple days, and that's usually expected whenever I'm leaving for an assignment. I guess whenever you're doing those like COVID crisis assignments, it's like you're not as uneasy because you kind of leave the next day. But now that I've had so long to like think about this, and just a lot of thoughts bubbling in my head, but I'm ready. I listened to some Mint Condition this morning and it really started the day right. So let's head to Starbucks and get some espresso. Good morning. Can I get a quad espresso on ice with a little bit of oat milk and 2 pumps of vanilla? And can I get it in a venti cup? Coffee in hand. I got some extra water too. So the goal of this trip is to try not to stop frequently. We will see, because my bladder is not road trip friendly. And we'll see how many times they lose me keys. Okay, let me put the hotel in. Estimated time of arrival is about 6 o'clock. We will see. All right, so it is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. I told my mom, happy Mother's Day. I said, we'll celebrate when I get back, because I actually might come home this week. I don't know. Anyway, all right, let's go. I managed to drive a little over an hour before I had to use the restroom. So, lost my keys once, had to use the bathroom once. So I'm in Oklahoma. I was trying to wait till I got to Oklahoma City because it's like a bigger town, but I had to use the restrooms. Oh yeah, and it's really cold here. I don't even know how cold it is here, but it's a lot colder than it was in Dallas. Okay. It's about 9 o'clock. Had to use the bathroom again. So 2 times now. Wait, no. Yeah, this is the second time, right? And I'm right outside of Oklahoma City. So I actually found this McDonald's at the perfect stop. Oh yeah, so I stopped at McDonald's. It's not a road trip unless you stop at McDonald's. And went and used the restroom, which was super clean, thank God. And I got some breakfast. I got more coffee, and I got a hot coffee this time. It's cold. Oklahoma is cold, which is interesting because when I looked at the weather in Iowa, it was like 30 degrees yesterday night. So I hope I brought enough winter stuff. I'm making pretty good time, even though I'm stopping. About 9.5 hours left. All right, let's go. Like an egg, yeah, egg white and cheese McMuffin and a hash brown. All right, it's that time in the drive. 90s R&B. This should hold me over for a couple hours. Here we go, here we go, here we go. The Whitney Houston round now. Yes. I know. Just made it back in my car. I know I keep saying this, but it's so cold outside. It is now almost 10:30. There's about 8 hours left, so I've been driving for about 4 hours, which is great. I've moved on from 90s playlist. I'm now starting on Counterclock podcast. By the way, I had asked on Instagram if anyone knew good podcasts to listen to, so thank you to everyone that recommended some good ones. The one that I'm listening to now it's part of the Crime Junkies like company, I think, because they had done like this story about this family that got murdered in Florida, and it's the Pelly family murder. And so on that podcast, they like showed the side of like, they think the son did it, and apparently there's like this whole other life that the dad had that this podcast is focusing on, and there's like 20 episodes because they released the whole season. So what perfect timing for me. Hungry, but I can reach my wraps that I bought. Just I made like chickpea wraps. I couldn't reach it while I was driving. But luckily this restaurant is nice. Like, it's clean and there's a lot of people. Okay, hoping this might be one of the last stops that I made. I think I'm in Topeka, Kansas. I filled up on my gas. 5 hours. Okay, let's go.
Look at you go, girl.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Oh, you're almost in Iowa.
I know.
Oh my god.
Made it to Iowa. It has been such a long day of driving. Hello you guys, it is almost 9:40 and I'm pretty much ready for bed. It was a really long day. I drove for 12 hours. The drive was actually not as bad as I was anticipating. I felt like I had been like training for this drive since last year, because so last year I did a lot of those COVID crisis assignments that were in South Texas. So it was kind of funny looking back and thinking about the first time I drove. It was from Dallas to San Antonio, and I think the drive was like not even that long. It was like 4 or 5 hours. It had to be longer than 4. But I remember thinking that drive was long, and now look at me driving 12 hours to frickin' Iowa. The last couple hours of the drive was it made me a little uneasy because it was really just like in the middle of nowhere. But it wasn't as bad as Brawley when I was in California, because it was just like flat land, and when I was in California it was like driving through the mountains, and I don't know. If I don't make a lot of sense right now, it's because I'm pretty tired, but I'm 100% sure when I try to fall asleep, I'm not gonna fall asleep tonight. So when I got into the room, basically what I do is kind of just clean up the room, sanitize everything as best as I can, and then pretty much kind of like unpack and like have my scrubs out for tomorrow, my work bag's ready. I packed some extra like veggie wraps for me to bring for lunch tomorrow at work, because I'm not really sure what the food situation is there. So I took a shower and then just kind of made the room as cozy and comfy as I can. I think that's like a big tip whenever you are on assignment and you're not, well, even if you are staying at like a short-term living space, but especially when you're in a hotel, it's easy to just be like, I'll just live out of a suitcase and like just leave it at that. But I think the more you make your room a little bit more cozy, just so nice to come home to that after 12 hours, especially when you're doing it like consecutively. So yeah, I just kind of made the room comfy and accessible for me. So this particular hotel does have breakfast in the morning, but I asked the front desk, I was like, what time do you guys serve breakfast? And she was like 6 a.m. and I was like, I have to be at work at 6. But she was so sweet, because she was kind of like, well, I can tell him to like prepare you breakfast before you leave. And I was like, oh no, it's fine. I was like, I just want coffee in the morning. So it was really nice of her to offer that. So yeah, so I have work tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. I'm doing 2 day shifts and then 1 night shift, and then I'm off for 8 days. So but I will definitely be taking you guys along for the next 3 days as I orient at the new hospital. So I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow. I don't know, I'm gonna try to wake up at like 5, but we'll see how that works because I'm hoping I get some sleep tonight. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Been a while since I put these things on. Alright, you guys, I am finally at the hospital. It's about 3:30. Basically, I didn't even have to come in until after 3, so I'm not even sure what I'm going to be doing today. But the hospital is pretty big. Like, well, it's not big, but it's a lot bigger than I thought it would be. And it's such a nice area. The town is super cute. I would say it is definitely a small town, but it kind of reminds me of like Gilmore Girls. Like, it's such a quaint town. It's super cute. I went to the Starbucks here to get some coffee, and the only Starbucks here is in the grocery store here. Everyone's been super nice that I've met. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I had a horrible headache all day today, so it kind of worked out that I didn't have to come in till a little later. So I've just been kind of in bed all day. I don't know, maybe it's just the exhaustion. I didn't really sleep last night, so it felt good to get a couple hours of sleep. So I'm gonna head in and I will catch up with you guys after. Hello, I just got off work. It is almost 6 o'clock. I will update you guys how the first day went, but I will say I feel really good about this assignment. Everyone's so nice. The facility is so nice, and yeah, I think I'm just gonna grab some food and head home. So I will update you when I get back to the hotel. I got back from the hospital and I showered. I ordered some food. I had my dinner, and now I'm just in bed, relaxing, catching up with my family back home. So it just doesn't seem as busy as other facilities I've worked at, and the workload is very tolerable. There were no patients in the ER today. There was one patient that got transferred to ICU. We did a couple ISs. There was one nebulizer treatment, which is funny because I was telling one of my coworkers, like, I can't remember the last time I did a neb treatment because all through COVID we weren't doing any treatments. I feel like this was everything I needed in an assignment. It's a very good transition from just not working to getting back in the groove of like being at the hospital, being there for 12 hours, doing things that we haven't done since COVID started, like treatments and things like that. There were no ventilators, like no patients on ventilators because there was no patients in the ICU. The one patient that did get transferred into the ICU was on an oxy mask at 13 liters. It was like a post-op patient. The workload today didn't seem that bad, and I will be on nights, so I know that'll be a little different. So tomorrow I will do one more day shift, and then on Wednesday I will do a night shift. I'll take you guys along and update you for the next 2 days. But I just feel very happy. Definitely a lot of anxiety left my mind after going in today, because I felt like, okay, I can handle this. This is going to be fine. Even just being here in Iowa, driving around the town put me at ease, because it's, you know, it's just really not that bad. So I'm pretty happy with it. I think the rest of the night I am just gonna relax. I have to be at the hospital again at 6, a little bit before 6. So we will see how tomorrow goes, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning. Good morning. It's 5:30. It's time to go to work. Day 2. It's freezing. Oh my gosh. It's so cold. It's 34 degrees. What the heck? And I thought I was bringing too much like winter stuff. Thank God I brought this fleece jacket. Thank God. There was coffee in the front, so I grabbed some coffee before I left. And now the 5-minute drive to the hospital. Okay, I think there was ice on my window. I was like, is that dirt? Like, oh no, that's ice. What the heck? It's cold. I just got to the hospital and I still managed to get lost. So cocky I am. I like didn't even put the address in the map because I was like, oh, it's just a straight shot. I literally missed the turn, so I had to put it in my map and turn around. Alright, you guys, last day of work. First night shift, but last day. So it's almost, it's 4:45 and I'm going to stop at Starbucks to get some coffee because there's no coffee here at the front and honestly it wasn't that good. It is hospital week, so they are gonna have food for us today at the hospital, so I'm not even gonna pack anything. Yeah, all right, let's go.
Guess I thought I needed more time to protect my love from potential offense.